Hello everyone, welcome once again to Investing with the Difference. So I hope you are all enjoying the content we are uploading. We from Scaling Blockchain Conference at San Francisco. There's some really great speakers and we had amazing sessions and of course the panel discussion. So do let us know if you are enjoying it. We are going to continue uploading. There are quite a lot of content we created with the whole day of event, and you will soon see more and more updates. In the meantime, I think we had a grand launch of AirdropsDAC, which is a great service for dApps who are looking for airdrops. And unfortunately, what happened on the same day while AirdropsDAC team was announcing the launch at Scaling Blockchain, there was a hack going on for the one of the airdrops, that is the Higher Vibes and GKS they had been doing. And unfortunately, somebody really stole a few tokens, and I think this has been announced by AirdropsDAC in their exploit. What happened is that their keys were compromised on the GitHub, and what happened after that is somebody issued a lot of tokens for themselves and then sold them on exchange. I think something around 2500 EOS worth of tokens were stolen, and this has originally had ballooned into a controversy because EOS SG, that is EOS Singapore, I think was blamed because of the account which stole had some association with EOS SG account. And the reason is that that account was originally a test account for EOS SG, and what they did is they clarified after the original allegation. They came back and they announced that this account was actually compromised. So the hacker used a compromised account which he had already hacked to divert the attention, and they actually went ahead and hacked AirdropsDAC, which had some issues because of some leaked keys again, and that is something which led to this kind of situation where they were able to take the tokens out of the account and sell them on exchange. Now, after this investigation, after the clarity of who the hacker is, I think the account which had the tokens from the SIM111 ADD was the account which was used to hack, as you can see here, and that account finally sold these tokens and got a lot of EOS. And finally, that account was the account which maintained these EOS tokens for 2 or 3 days. After that was this particular account I'm highlighting here. Now, once this was investigated, there was a ECAF was approached, and ECAF issued the order to freeze this account, and that was this account we are talking about here. And this was issued on 15 November. And as you can see, interestingly, the person right around, so he was not in a hurry, but as soon as he learned that he has been caught and the ECAF order is going to be issued, he moved these tokens out to an exchange. So this looks like very fishy because this person is aware of what's going on. He was not worried till the claimant, that is AirdropsDAC, reached out to ECAF, and then he quickly moved out. So he's very hooked on to the news. He's already aware of what's happening, and somehow he's getting all the information that it has reached ECAF, and he was able to take these tokens out. So overall, I think it's a pretty it's a situation which is, I think it's difficult to control now, because now I don't think ECAF can really reach out and include an exchange in this. So we are still learning how this will go on. And as you remember, we had in Scaling Blockchain, I think Marcin gave a talk on a similar topic, that EOS is such a fast blockchain that in the current form, the way ECAF is designed, it is not really going to be able to catch these kind of thieves. While we all appreciate that EOS is a governed blockchain and there's a possibility that you can go and really freeze the accounts if somebody steals your token, but remember that usually these things are caught after the fact, and even though here in this case the thief was not in a hurry, even then he was able to get these tokens out into the exchange even when ECAF was approached. So this is something which we need to really think about And this is why I think this talk is very important, where Marcin has explained why this layer 1 arbitration is going to be difficult to implement. On the other hand, I think it's a great lessons which have come out from this whole exercise. AirdropsDAC has listed what they're going to do to improve the security, to make sure it becomes a multi-sig process. So these are still early days. I think the good news is that most of the damage was controlled, because as soon as this exploit was identified, they quickly moved and changed the permissions within 30 minutes of this actual exploit. We will post the links for you to read about it and how they are making sure that this doesn't happen in future. And I think that is going to only strengthen this ecosystem. While AirdropsDAC is one of the great service, I think, which we need, and we talked about it, and we are going to soon upload the AirdropsDAC launch session on the YouTube, and you can learn many things about the service itself and why it is important to the Furious ecosystem, as well as some amazing ideas on the legal aspects of airdrops and what is happening with the current airdrop tokens, which are like the DApp developers have used a lot of RAM and they have spent a lot of money to deliver to you. And some amazing discussions happened, and those things will be very soon available. But I think this was unfortunate that while we were talking about technology, while we were really enjoying all the new innovation in EOS world, there are still bad elements who are looking to exploit and steal. And it's a great example of what happened here. And as you can see, we're already discussing these things. Right in that conference, we were discussing why these kind of things are going to be challenging. The governance is still in early days. So do watch these sessions if you want to learn more about the basics of what's going on. These were some great talks, as if we were actually living while the events were happening in parallel. We were already discussing these. So these problems are very well understood by the block producers, by the community, and I'm sure we will resolve these issues. So this is some of the things which is we have to keep learning. It's a technology which has to keep improving, and new ideas have to keep coming forward, especially around arbitration, especially around governance. And do let us know what your feedback is on this. While a lot of people agree or disagree with how this governance is operating right now, this is actually a perfect example of what happened and how we can learn from here and make sure that we only make decisions which improve these things, and not get more and more deeper into the mess which we can get into if we do not fix some of the basic issues around governance. So thank you for joining here. I hope that there are some actions which can be taken, and some of these culprits, like the bad entries, can be caught, which will be a good example. I think this is only possible in EOS. On the other hand, we need to also think about whether we really want this governance. I think because these are ultimately errors by developers when you have some exploits and somebody is using them. And is that opening up a new attack vector? That's another discussion, I think, which we had at Scaling Blockchain, and we will continue to have more and more discussion as the referendum system comes into place, as we have more decisions to be made as a community. So thank you once again for joining. Do share this video for people to understand how EOS is operating, how the governance works, and what are the key aspects which we need to all think about as a community. And I hope you will learn from it and do participate in making decisions on the governance. Thank you. Bye-bye.